Hey guys, Doug with PFC Brewing here, and Maggie. We're going to brew our pale ale today. It is June 9th, I believe. I haven't been able to do this for a while because the flooding in the basement and the garage has been in disarray, if you will, the brew house. So it is 9 o'clock in the morning and we are ready to get started. Today is Saturday before brew day. I did this guy, I believe, on Wednesday. That's one starter. The yeast was, this is American Ale yeast by White Labs, little test tube baby yeast. So right now I am boiling up on a very gentle boil. Man, that thing was going really aggressively earlier, but she's going good. I won't mess with it too much. Boiling up another 2,000 milliliters of wort with some wheat DME. I don't have my extra light DME. That's what I usually use for my pale ale recipe. Gonna decant, dump, and yeah, step up this starter. So hopefully I'll have a lot of yeast. The use by date was passed on that other guy, so we'll see. Cheers. Got the mash tun all ready to go. Trying a little different design with my CPVC tubing. If you guys ever seen this or not. It's got some slits underneath the bottom. Just cap it off. I'll just slide it in there. Now, every once in a while I have problems where that frickin' thing comes out and I'm burning my hand putting it back in, but hey, so far it's been okay. Other than that, got the grain mill all going. Got my grains all milled. Got my little makeshift adapter here. Put my drill on there and spin. Measured out the grains with the scale here. Got all my grains in here. I'm not real happy with this crush. I'm really debating on what I'm going to do with these grains or what. Or with this mill. If I want to keep this mill or get a different one. You can see I got some fine material in there. But every once in a while you'll see a whole kernel. And then also I've noticed some of those husks are shredded. It's supposed to leach out excess tannins in there. Might just blow some money on a decent mill. So, got my strike water heating up right now. I'm guessing on this too, since I didn't take any notes last time I did my 7.5 gallons. So got this guy going. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Get out of the sun here. By the time I get it focused, it'll be down too far. So we're like at, maybe we're at about 140. We're getting there. I will be back when we get ready to do the mash. Just got done mashing in. There's what she looks like. Had some temperature issues, so I added a little bit more than 5 gallons. It's probably more like 3 or so. Take a temperature reading. I was at 152. Let's see what the old thermometer says. I always try to use 2 different ones just to see if I get good readings. So that way I know what's what. Slowing down. So we might be up to like 153. Take it at different points in the ton. Yeah, see, she's going down. So we will keep an eye on her. Close her up. Start the old timer for 90 minutes. We'll be back. 90-minute mash is done. I already got my laddering done. This is my first runnings. Gonna be pretty light. That's okay. That's the way we like it for this style for me. I'm gonna do some. We're gonna do first wort hoppings, so I'll be back and let you know what this guy reads with the gravity reading. Alright guys, our first runnings got 18 bricks, or 1.074. It's my second runnings here. After a 15-minute mash with 68 degrees mash. So I got 4.5 gallons out of that first runnings. We'll see what we get out of the second. And we're back. The beer is done. No, I'm just kidding. This is my Bavarian lager, my German Pils. Tastes good. Anyways, got my scribble sheet going down here. We're trying to get everything up to boil. Usually just separate this out. Let me zoom out a little bit. I don't know if you guys see this or not. It's my mash section. Sparge section. Just different notes. Got 2.45 ounces of Cascade that were in there first wort hopping. So we used 15 pounds of pale malt, 2 pounds of 10 ounce crystal. That's why it's probably so light. You gotta excuse me, I got allergies again today. It's like every time I brew, or maybe it's every time I clean up my garage. Anyways, doing the sparge. 168. We had 6 gallons at 180 put in there. I don't know if that was correct or not. I kind of guesstimated it. We got 4 3/4 gallons out of that. That puts me up to a total of 10 1/4 gallons in the brew pot. My pre-gravity is 1.0484 or 12 bricks. Let's take a look and see what's going on over here. Get her camera angle. I cheat. I use a paint stringer bag, and there's the brew pot going. I got Mr. Beer fermenter. That guy's just getting rinsed out, and then my 6-gallon fermenter we're going to use. So we should have enough, I hope, for 7 gallons of wort we can put in there. Usually put the lid on until we get up to boil, and once we boil, we'll boil for 90 minutes. Won't have to add anything until 15 minutes because we're doing the first wort hops. So, cheers. We'll be back. Got a good boil going. I usually don't have boilovers, but with these 7.5-7 gallon batches, sometimes she comes close. The guy's going pretty good right now. I'll cut the gas down a little lower to get it down a little bit. Shove those hops in there a little bit. So, it's the beginning of the boil. We'll see you when we add in the rest. Cheers. Boiling down to the 15-minute marker. So, we have here, it's my messy garage, is my hops, Irish moss. This one is the Fuggles hops. And I'll also be putting a thing of yeast fuel in there. I'll show you that here in a second. So, we're past the 15-minute marker. I put the lid on there because I had a little bug issue. Nobody wants bugs in their beer. I don't know if I can do this. So basically, I'm just going to pull the bag and dump these in this into the bag. I won't be able to do it holding the camera at the same time. So, then also I got this Brew Vent yeast fuel. It's going to dump that whole capsule in there. We'll be back for the last minute edition. Okay guys, it is almost flame out time. That's what we're looking at. Zoom out. Still boiling away. I'm going to cut the flame here. Actually, I'll just cut it real quick. Cut the flame. For the sake of keeping the buggies out, the lid's going to go back on. Alright. Got this guy all set up. Got the hose running, water coming out. Got my 2.5 gallon Mr. Beer fermenter. 2 gallon Mr. Beer from whatever it is. Got my little spigot here. Got my plate chiller set up. So, what I'm going to do, yeah, it's hot. Just going to crank this open. Just barely. Actually, I'm going to let all that sanitizer run out that I had in there first. Until we start seeing beer come out. Alright, got some beer coming out. I don't know if you guys can see that coming out. I'm going to run this real slow because it is a little warmer today. Try to get that cooled off. Alright, we'll be back once we get this guy done, and then we'll do the big boy. Coming out about 70 degrees on this guy, which is good. We're just about to the line here, so I'm going to switch you over. We'll be back. Okay, the little Mr. Beer Kit keg took about 2 minutes to do. This guy, not 2 minutes, 8 minutes. This guy's filling up right now. We're just trying to get it cooled off, so that's the reason why I'm going so slow. So if we get this done, we will go ahead and pitch our yeast. Probably can go a little quicker than that. There we go. How's that looking? Letting it drip in there like that also aerates it a little bit. So, as you can see, this guy isn't too bad. I mean, I can touch it and keep my hand on it. It feels cool, actually. So we should be going out pretty cool. So, usually don't have any problems with this in the wintertime. Never used it in the summertime, so we'll see. Cheers, everyone. Okay, guys, got my 5 gallon fermenter, well, 6.5 gallon fermenter here. I got it up to the 5.5 gallon mark. Got my Mr. Beer Kit here, fermenter. It's above 2 gallons, so I about came out right with that water. Next time I'll probably have to add a little bit more water, get a lower gravity. I was a little disappointed on my gravity. Came out to 14 bricks. 1.0568. Got my Y yeast German ale pack. Date on that is March 5th of 2013. This one was made. Smacked this open before I began today. It's not puffed up at all. So I'm kind of shaking it. So that guy's going in here. And then I got my starter here. The one I've been working on. I did a two steps on the starter. Normally I take it down and don't do anything on it. But I'm going to leave about a liter in here with the beer. And that way I'll make sure I get a lot of the yeast. So my next step here is take this guy and get my exercise. Shake the crap out of it to get it aerated. You can see I got a nice layer of foam on it already. I'm going to shake the crap out of it, pitch my yeast, pop on the airlock, and then I'll show you guys here in a little bit my cooler setup I got that I'm going to put this guy to keep it cool since we're supposed to have 90-degree weather this week. How to keep things cool when I'm fermenting in the summer. So, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. This is the White Labs American Ale yeast. The use by date was May 31st. Today is June 9th. So that's why I wanted to step it up. I usually make a yeast starter for ales, but I usually do it once, but I wanted to step it up twice because of that use by date. So we're going to just go ahead and do the shake. Okay, I guys got some pretty good head on it now. Everybody likes a little good head. So, what I'm going to do, take my yeast starter, one last swirl on that bad boy. Slowly pitch her in there. That guy's done. Well, I still got to put it in the fermentation chamber. Oh man, got something in my eye there. Alright. Next, Mr. Beer. These guys I gotta kind of be careful with because they tend to leak out the top because they're made to leak out the top. So, rule of thumb is, I think about 45 seconds of shaking for that 5-gallon batch. I usually do a little bit more. I don't know what I should do with a 2-gallon batch or not, but we'll see. This stuff does smell good. I like the smell of wort. should also mention that I had to take a break. Should mention that the big guy here took about 12 minutes to get it all put in into the fermenter, cooling off. So I believe I should be about 70-some degrees with this guy. Shaky, 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 shaky. Alright. I know I didn't shake it as long as that guy, but that guy's got pretty good head on him right now anyways. Alright, pop this guy open. Trying to be a little bit good with my sanitation here. A little snack pack thing better not fall out in there. Dump this guy in. Slowly. Alright. German ale yeast pitched. American ale yeast pitched. We'll see how it goes. I'll be back, show you guys how I put these guys in the cooler here. Got my little cooler set up. Got the airlock going. Pitched the yeast at 315 on Sunday, so we'll see how it goes. Little Mr. Beer works perfectly in that little guy. Now I'll be able to put some ice packs in there to cool that off when it heats up. Mr. Beer one shouldn't take too much because I just put an ice pack in there, close the lid. This guy I'll put water around and put my little bottles in there. And keep the light out and the air out. Put this on here real quick. Got me a little foam top. So we'll see how this works. Got the brew dog, Maggie, looking on. She's all worn out. Rough brew day today. Right? Maggie says cheers. Cheers.